I imparted one of my students and he was able to prophesy within 24 hours. This was in 2023. There was one that I imparted to in 2024 and I was able to prophesy within like a month, very accurately, names and numbers. Because I have close to 700,000 followers on TikTok. So there was one time that there were just too much people. Because me, I don't like attending to people that much unless if they pay like $2,000 for sessions, 1.5 for sessions. So people coming to us on TikTok could not afford that much money. So it was my student that was attending to them for like $100 and so. So I trained people. I trained plenty of people that could prophesy. And they were able to tell people the names of the people, a person that they will get married to, how they'll meet the person, the description of the person, how tall the person is, the age of the person, specific information about those people, what is causing problems in their life, or what will happen to them in the future. And this student could even give accurate word of knowledge about the past. But it happened from impartation. I didn't just teach them how to prophesy, because one thing about teaching people how to prophesy is that you basically leave them on their own to develop with their own ability. But with impartation, there's a boost that actually happens. The person can get boosted to the next level. It's just how it works. But for the impartation to work very well, so that you can receive the boost, because normally if you are starting from scratch, it should take anything between 6 to 12 months to learn how to prophesy accurately if you are starting from scratch. But if you can already prophesy a bit, within 3 to 6 months, you'll be really, really good. Within 3 months, you'll be okay. But 3 to 6 months, you'll be very good. But if you want to be able to prophesy accurately due to impartation, number one, you need to love the person that you want to be imparted, from the person that you want them to impart you, okay? That you want to be imparted by. You need to love the person. And this is not a romantic love that I'm talking about. It's just like you need to genuinely like the person. You need to believe in the person. Because if you don't believe in the person, it won't work. You repel their energy. So that you won't repel their energy, your mind must be with the person. Number two, you need to watch the person's videos. Those guys were watching my videos. They really believed. They really truly believed. They were always watching my videos. They used all their data to watch my videos. They went back to my old videos, 2022 videos, and they told me about it. I was like, and number three, they had faith. These people had faith, belief. They had belief like children. No doubt in their mind. I just called the guy, the one that took like a month. I just called him after his training and the rest and the invitation. I just called him, okay, now come and attend to this people. Because he has never done it before. And he did it. He said, I asked him, how do you feel at first when I asked you to attend to them? He said he felt like he was scared, because he has not done it before. But he moved by faith and started attending to those people, and the information was correct. Just by faith, believe. He believed that I have imparted him, and he didn't feel anything in his body. He didn't feel any vibrations like they didn't feel anything. They just have faith. It just starts to work. It starts to work. So they had serious faith. So you also need to have faith. You need to love my teachings, watch my videos, meditate on my videos, believe, don't doubt. See yourself doing this thing. See yourself doing it. Number four, it's good to stay connected to the person that imparted you. Because if you stay connected to this person, you will continue gaining from their energy source. Because people that got impartation, they are not using their own energy source. Like me, I was imparted by an angel, so there's no human being that I need to connect with. And I didn't learn my own prophecy by fasting and prayer. So I don't fast, I pray, but I don't fast. But I don't pray that, I want to be able to prophesy. No. There's a church service now. I can't pray because I want to prophesy. Let me charge myself up. I don't do all those things. Because I got my impartation from an angel. But if you get your impartation from a man, you have to stay connected with the man. Even if you are not talking with the person again, you must still be thinking good about the person. Because that good thought that you're thinking about the person supplies you with, it connects you with the person and supplies you with spiritual energy to perform at their level. The moment you start to disrespect the person, the moment you start to hate and, you start losing the connection. It has happened to some of my students. They got prophetic impartation from me and they thought that they were at the same level as me, which is not possible. Let's say I'm out of 100, I'm at level 80, 89, and I gave them level 20 or 10. But the level 20 or 10 felt so big to them. They thought they were like me. They are not. What I taught them is very small. They can't do what I can do. Someone came one day. Those guys that I taught how to prophesy, they thought they knew everything. They thought they could prophesy and stuff. Then the person asked them, so how can I make $10,000 within the next 90 days? They couldn't do it. They couldn't say it. They had to say, oh, the person is asking for a kind of prophecy of your level that you can do. They can't do that. So there's levels in this thing. But the basic church prophecy, you can get imparted to do that. So easy. Future, past, and present. But you have to stay connected to the person. Or even if you're no longer talking to the person, still have good thoughts towards the person. Don't badmouth them. There are some group of people that have access to the prophetic energy. Talking bad about them just disconnect you from the energy source. It just disconnect you. Unless if you do your own meditation and you train yourself all by yourself, which can take years. And that's why most people go for impartation. Like you want impartation because you want it to be fast. You want it to happen fast. So you don't have to be like a spiritual son of the person, but you basically have to be loyal to the person, even if the person don't know about it. You don't need to talk to the person. You can be loyal to someone without talking to them. Your heart must be clean. That's it. And number 5, your impartation that you want to get, you must have genuine reasons for wanting it. You have to be true to yourself. If you are saying that you want impartation for so and so reasons, whereas it's another reason that you want the impartation for, it will affect. Because the prophetic energy will determine whether you deserve that prophetic stuff. It will determine, it will check you. And lastly, number 7 or number 6, the impartation works differently in people. There's some impartation that will reach full maturity in 3 months. You won't really know that it is working until maybe after like 3 months, because your mind is not really focused on it. Some impartation will happen and within a day, you can be able to prophesy accurately. Yes, the impartation works in you. But I've noticed that it could take up to 2 months for some people for it to start working well, even 3 months. But it gets faster for people that actually practice, because on the normally, if you want to practice to prophesy, it could take like 6 to 12 months on your own just by getting a course or something. It could take a while. But if you are very serious, it could take 3 months. Like if you are very serious, practicing very well, maybe you don't have a 9 to 5 job, or maybe you're a pastor and you just go to church and come back home. It could take you like 3 months with good focus, learning on your own. But most people are not like that. They take their training slowly. People go to work, they have a job, so they can't meditate all day long for days and be focused. People have girlfriends, husbands, family members, they're living with them and things like that. So it takes a long time if you practice by your own. But with impartation, it happens very fast. Basically, the timeline for impartation is 24 hours to 3 months. That's the timeline. So you still practice, but not, instead of practicing for 6 to 12 months, you just need to practice for like 30 days or so. If you are very serious, the way impartation works, you will not feel something in your body like an energy entering you. No, you just observe that there's changes. Like you could not do this thing before, but now you can do it. You were not fast before, now you are fast. That's basically how it works. So this is the story of how I imparted people and they could prophesy accurately. So if you want your own impartation, to reach out to me, click the link below, message me on WhatsApp or message my assistant, or you can book a call. You can also get the impartation on how to summon angels. Depends on you, or maybe healing, exorcism, different topics or help. I'll see you in the next video.